What is up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's very special edition, kind of a late edition also, too, of our roundtable discussion here. We got a bunch of different topics here on the board here tonight. And I already see a bunch of you here in the chat already here. Well, it's Tyler. I see you, Nick, in the chat already typing it up. We got Seahawks Martin, Joseph, Sky Aviation. I see a bunch of you guys in there, a lot of familiar faces in there. And we got a very interesting discussion here today because it is our Week 2 roundtable discussion here with a special guest here who is our previous winner here, who is a very familiar face to you guys. And then also we have a very special trivia contest here tonight, which I will be playing in myself because a very special guest here, who you will see in one moment, created the trivia here tonight. But before we do, I greatly appreciate that you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. I'm already I'm about halfway to 50K right now. I'm not 50K, wow. 50 subs, wow. 50K is a lot. But I'm halfway, I have 26 right now, so I'm halfway to 50 subs. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell to get notified of all my other videos, share this video out with your friends to let them know what's going on over here, and I greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let me get into my distinguished panel with the special guest here of the trivia contest winner of last week, and here we go. So, as you can tell, a lot of familiar faces on here with the roundtable discussion here. We have in the top left over, why my finger? There. In the top, well, you guys can just see on the screen. In the top left, you guys see we got Mr. Cameron Hughes returning again for this roundtable here. He's pretty much been on every one here. In the top right over my right shoulder here, you guys can see Nick LaBow from Seattle Football 12. Of course, another regular on the show, has been on probably more roundtables than I could probably count here. And then on the bottom right, you got Mr. Rishi Hoskote, once again returning. And then just over my right shoulder in the bottom left corner is the special trivia contest winner from last weekend's Jackson Mahomes, man. That is, of course, Colin Golden Seahawk 30. Very familiar face here on the show. And I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to do in this trivia tonight, because I think he's my sleeper pick for tonight, if I have to say that myself. Out of myself and pretty much three other guys on the panel here, just minus one of Nick, because he did create this contest here tonight, which we'll get into a little bit later on the show. But without further ado, let's get into some of these topics here. So obviously we have two very key matchups here in week number 2, obviously with the big one, obviously, with the headliner, obviously, right now, is going to be the Sunday Night Football matchup between the Patriots and the Seahawks in Seattle. Now, the big one, which I think a lot of you guys can probably agree on, one of the biggest keys is, how is Russ going to probably play out? We already seen that he pretty much cooked his way through week 1 pretty well. However, he's had a little bit of a tougher test this week. He has a pretty good secondary in front of him. So, as well as also, this defense that you guys are playing is on my fantasy team. So, if there's one team that I will not root for in this game, is not root against the Pats D. Because I have to, because they are my defense and my fantasy team, and that is what I have to root for. And then the other one, which we'll obviously talk about a little bit more, not very long about, because I already did my whole big discussion on it in another separate video, is the Chiefs-Chargers video as well. But, without further ado, let's get into this first one between the Hawks and the Patriots here. So I'm going to start off here with, let's start off with Nick here today. Let's get the sort of like kind of veteran roundtable panelist on here first here today. What are your expectations coming into this game, and what do you think are the two keys that the Seahawks need to do in order to beat out the Patriots here today?
Well, first, I think that we're going to come in and we're going to win. I don't think it's going to be as big as a margin as some are expecting. But what I do think we need to do is go back to our older habits in running the football, because New England has a super talented secondary. And I just think, we need to run the ball, establish the run, control the clock, control time of possession. We don't really have the greatest pass rush in the world, and Cam Newton's definitely very mobile, and he'll run all over us if we don't if we let them have more time of possession than us.
Yes, I do think that, especially with what is going to be happening with, especially in the secondary game, I think Carson, and this is also another very bad thing about fantasy this week, I'm going up against Carson, which means that I have, if you guys are looking at this fantasy squad right now that I have to go up against this week, I have to go up against Dylan this week. And if you've looked at Dylan's roster, it is a heck of a roster. That's what I have to say. He has Stafford in a quarterback, which I think is his one weakness I have an advantage in against with Mahomes. His receivers are, no, not his receivers first. His running backs are Carson and Taylor. His receivers are Diggs and Hopkins. His flex is CeeDee Lamb. And his tight end is Mike Gesicki. His defense is the Chiefs D. His kicker is Blankenship from the Colts. I mean, I could not have had my work cut out for me more. I mean, I have possibly the best receiving core right now in this league right now I have to go up against this week. And the one thing that I think is going to be very key, especially for you here, is if he somehow throws the ball if Russell somehow throws the ball as much as he did last week, which I think it may be a possibility, it's just going to be about how much is he going to be able to complete those passes. Because if you look at Stephen Gilmore, he had a bunch of picks last week. Keep the ball away from him. He's probably going to be guarding. I have him in my stats guarding DK Metcalf right now, not Lockett, because I think DK is going to probably get a lot of targets this game, probably maybe more than anyone else. So I think that it's going to be the key to what is this? How's the secondary on both sides also going to play? Is what I'm also going to add on to that as well. But I'm going to go into another one here. Cameron, let's get your take here. What are your expectations and what are your keys to the game?
Really just stop the run. I think if we stop the run, we'll be fine. But stopping the run is, like last year, was pretty hard for us. So, and then on offense, I think we should run the ball a lot more because like they have 4 defensive backs that are that are very good. So it's not like Atlanta last week where we could pick on a rookie corner all day.
I do have to say though is that one of the things about I think I have to add on to stopping the run there is that, I mean, you don't want to be too predictable. This is the problem that I have a lot of times. And I think this could be the problem for the other game we're going to get into this week is that Clyde got the ball a lot. But the thing is it too much is the question. Because I think if they just give it like run, they're just going to expect it. And then things will just go down from there. Now, and that's why if there's a balanced attack also in this game, then there will also be a lot more of a more unpredictable offensive kind of scheme, which I think is a very good key there. But let's go to my special guest here, Colin. What is your take on this game?
I completely agree with what you just said. I think the biggest key for our offense is we have to have a multidimensional offense. We have to have a strong run game, yes, but Russell Wilson in that passing offense also has to play well in order for us to be successful. And then defensively, if you look at the Patriots offense last game, they were only running the ball. Cam Newton had like 80 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. They ran the ball, I think, twice as much as they passed it. So we need to focus on stopping the run, send a lot of blitzes, and we need to see if Cam Newton can actually be a successful passer in that offense.
Well, what I do have to also say about stopping Cam on that side is what I think about Cam is his specialty is running the ball, I think. That's why make him throw the ball. Also, your secondary is very good, just like the Pats' secondary is. That's going to be, I think, probably of all the keys is execute on offense as much as you can against that secondary. Because I think the team that plays well versus the secondaries as well is probably going to have a bit of an advantage in this game because they're 2 very equally good secondaries with, of course, Gilmore on that side. And then you guys got the star-studded with Dunbar, Diggs, Jamal, and a bunch of other guys in there. So the big key here is going to be whose secondary is going to play worse than the other. I think that's going to be my big key. But finally, let's go to Rishi here. What is your take on this game? You're muted. Uh-oh. We may have some technical... Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I think this is going to be a good game. I think we need to we should pass the ball because we were able to do it well against Atlanta, but they don't have like great corners. Like Desmond Trufant, he's now gone. He's with the Lions now, and Falcons cornerbacks include rookie and AJ Terrell. He was okay, but he wasn't too great. And then New England, they have a stacked cornerback group and a safety group. We have Jason McCourty at cornerback. You also have the other McCourty brother, Devin, at free safety. And I know you don't have Patrick Chung at strong safety, but the rest of the secondary is still solid. You have Stephon Gilmore, who's arguably the best corner in the NFL, at the number 1. And back up to him and McCourty, you also have J.C. Jackson and Jonathan Jones, who are 2 other solid corners. So that's a scary cornerback, scary group of 4 cornerbacks right there. And we should definitely run the ball more in this game because their D-line isn't as strong and interior as their secondary is. So I think this is going to be I think Chris Carson will have a good day against New England. He'll rack up lots of yards. And I think they'll have lots of read option plays in store maybe. I might be seeing a lot of that. And in the Seattle defense, I think New England's probably going to run a lot of run split because Seattle pass rush, it's pretty weak even though we got a lot of sacks last week. Benson Mayowa showed off last week also, and the rest of the pass rush group showed off last week as well. And the O-line last week also allowed a couple of sacks. It wasn't bad, but wasn't great either. And I think we're going to see lots of running plays from the Patriots again, like how they did last week against Miami. And I think it's going to be a back and forth showdown. But I do think Seahawks are going to win in a pretty close contest, 31-27 or something.
I do agree on a lot of those points there. Basically on everything you guys basically said. And I think one of the big ones also, we're not going to really get into much depth about this game in this show here because we do have a lot of stuff to get to, and I think the most important ones you guys want to get to are the Hawks one, and then of course my game as well, very briefly. But looking at tomorrow's game against the who is it again? Who are the Niners playing? The Jets. That's who they're playing. The thing I think that is very cool, interesting about that game, which I went out to Rishi here as well, they're not expecting it to be close. However, look at the Niners side of the ball. Look at the injuries on that side. I mean, if you're looking at just that part right there, with Sherman on the IR, Ford out of the game, Kittle out of the game, you have all those guys on top of each other and Deebo Samuel out of the game. There's a lot of guys on that side that I think that make a difference in the game that could have made a difference in the game that is probably not going to be there for them. Now, I do not think they're going to win that game in the Jets' perspective, but I just think that it's going to be much closer than people expect. I think a lot of people are expecting it to be a blowout, but the thing is, I think especially with those missing key pieces there, is going to really show you how, even though it may still be a really big and not a very close game, it won't be as close. It will be probably closer than people expected. So that's another thing I think is a very key thing, because I think the Hawks game against the Patriots tomorrow is going to probably be, I agree with Rishi here, a very close game. I think that especially Noah does not think it is going to be a close game. However, it will be. Look at the history between these two teams. I mean, yes, they have different quarterbacks, but however, Cam Newton is just not a nobody name. Let's just say that. He's a guy who's been playing for a while, has had some off seasons. However, I think it will be closer than many people do expect. And that's why I think this game is going to be close. But before we move on, I want to get quick, let's do little rapid fire here. Score predictions. Let's get Cameron, what are your score predictions?
35-10 Seahawks.
Colin, what do you think?
27-14 Seahawks.
Nick?
Man, I gotta go 31-21 Seahawks.
Okay. And then Rishi?
I'm actually going to change my score prediction. I think I'm going to go 27 Seahawks and 17 New England.
Okay. I have, if you guys saw my prediction video earlier, I'm not sure if it was around this area, but I think it will be close. I'm saying 27-24 final score. Very close. I think, surprisingly, in my score prediction, they're going to win off a game-winning field goal. That's how close I have this game. A little bit closer than people expect, but I think it's going to happen that way. All right, so the thing that is also on my mind here from you guys is, you can give it very brief here. I'm not going to make my take my take's going to be pretty brief here just because I already did a whole video about this. But what are your takes on this Chiefs-Chargers game tomorrow? So just going into this game, what we know so far is both teams have started off with a win. They're both 1-0. It's a divisional matchup. However, do you guys think, though, because of just the records in general, do you think it's going to be a close one, or do you just still think it's going to be a blowout win? Nick, let me start with you.
I think it'll be relatively close. I think it'll be a lot closer than people are thinking. I still think it'll be kind of in that blowout realm, but yeah, a lot closer than people think.
Okay. Colin, what do you think?
I think it'll be pretty similar to the Chiefs-Texans game, where the Chargers are going to hang in there for the first 2, maybe 3 quarters, but then the Chiefs' offense is just going to take off, and it's going to be like in blowout range.
Okay. Rishi.
I think New England will hang on for like the first half of the game. They'll be kind of back and forth. It's gonna be a close score at halftime, but then I think Seattle will start to pull away.
Interesting here. And I think there's Cameron. Oh, no. Cameron, I didn't ask you yet, right? Yeah, I kind of lost track here. All right. Cameron, what do you think?
I think it's going to be close, just because it's a conference or a divisional game. But the Chiefs are most definitely better than the Chargers.
I probably have to say the same thing for you guys. I think that, although it is my team, I'm just being honest here. I'm not going to be some kind of like a bystander, not like kind of be biased here and just say, we're going to go undefeated the rest of the season. Anyway, the thing I am going to say, though, is obviously that's not going to happen because I do have us losing week 3. So that's obviously at the gate. But the thing I am going to say, though, is my final score prediction for this game is going to be 27-17. The Chiefs win this game. I think divisional kind of blood is just going to kind of like make it a little bit tougher here. I think that this could be a game. We don't know how the Chargers can still play. We still don't know. I don't think they will play well the rest of the year. We don't know how they'll play. We don't know exactly what this division will look like even after week 1, although I do think the Chiefs will crush it. So this could be potentially, not saying it's a must big game, it's potentially a big game here in the AFC West because these two are starting off, had a very good start. These teams are probably battling each other for probably the, not necessarily top spot, for like probably a playoff spot. We don't know because of the expanded playoffs this year, along with some of the other teams in here. And then we have, on top of that, it's a road game for the Chiefs. I mean, so there's a lot of interesting factors heading into this game. And this is a big game as well because looking at the schedule, just looking ahead at this, I mean, if you're just going to tell me that we're going to have a cakewalk the rest of the year, I don't know if that's the case, all right? And here's why. Because if you're just looking at potentially just a blowout, like kind of rest of the year, this is not the schedule you want to look at. Because if you're just looking at this schedule, right after this week, what I got for you guys is you have in LA this week, you have to play in Baltimore Monday Night Football week 3. Then you have New England week 4 at home. You have the Raiders week 5 at home. In Buffalo week 6 on the road on Thursday Night Football. You have Denver then on the road. And then you have the Jets in Carolina before the bye. Things do not get easier. So this is probably one of the easier games remaining until the bye. So just to get off to at least that good start here, I think it's very key that if they do not win this game, to actually mentally prepare better for the next game. Because they do have a very tough schedule up ahead of them. Because just between Baltimore, New England, Vegas, and then Buffalo, and then potentially even Denver somehow. I mean, there's some pretty big and tough games in here right before the bye, and I think that they're going to need to get, and we are going to need to get some big help from this game just before we get into even looking at future weeks, because we do have a very tough kind of road stretch ahead of us. So, real quickly, I do want to ask you guys, score predictions again. So I'm already going to say 27-17. That's obviously my score prediction. I already said that for this game. I think divisional test is always tough because you're on play for something. These two teams, I think, are going to be battling for a spot in the playoffs no matter what. So I think that just these games, especially if you're the Chargers here, you guys want to give it as much as you got because you're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, especially later in the season. You want to get that win under your belt. So this is a very, I think it'd be a tough game, just mindset-wise, I think. So that's my score prediction there. So let's go to Colin. What's your score prediction?
My score prediction is Chiefs 34, Chargers 21.
Ooh, I like that score prediction. Nick, what about you?
My score, Kansas City Chiefs 28, Chargers 17.
Okay. And then Rishi.
I'd say Chiefs 37 and Chargers 14.
Ooh, blowout fashion there. That's a little bit of a gutsy mood there, but I'm going to get Cameron here first. What's your score prediction?
I actually said 37-28.
I think that's more reasonable than what Rishi gave over there. Anyway, I do need to say that about Rishi really quickly. Where are you getting the 37-14 from? Like, you really think it's just not going to be a hard test at all? Like, or...
No, it's going to be pretty hard. Chargers have a solid defense. Their defense is loaded all over. They have a really good defensive line, good quarterbacks. And I know Derwin James is out for the season, but hey, the corners are still really good. And I think it's going to be... I think the offense, it was okay last week. Tyrod Taylor did a pretty good job, but maybe some point Justin Herbert's going to start for maybe 1 game, 2 games, maybe even more than that if Tyrod Taylor starts to not do good in the future. And I don't think the Chargers are going to do great in this game because the Chiefs' offense is just really high-powered. I think the Chiefs' offense versus the Chargers' defense is going to be a good matchup to see. But on the other side, I think the Chiefs' defense is good also. They're also solid. It's Tyrann Mathieu at safety. You have Chris Jones at D tackle. And cornerbacks are okay. And I think this is going to be a bit of a blowout. The second matchup, I think, will be a little bit closer. In case that.
What I'm taking from that point right there, the fact you say the cornerbacks are okay. Look what's happened to the cornerback crew in this team. Breeland is suspended. Ward is out for the game. You have basically none of our 2 veteran starting Super Bowl winning cornerbacks that are starting in this game. I mean, the fact that I'm hearing that it's okay, I don't think it's okay. That's the one place I'm worried about right now.
They're trash.
Yeah.
Jarius Sneed looked pretty good last Thursday.
That is true. I will give you that there. I will give you that there. All right, so I know people are waiting to get into this trivia here, especially a very special night trivia here, but the thing that is just coming up in my mind, and I've always been wondering why his name is like this. This is a little bit off topic here, but Rishi, is your family like somewhat like, because Hoskote like sounds kind of like a Japanese kind of name. It's
India.
It's India?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that. That's I was just wondering. Is there like a relationship that you have or something? Because I was like,
What?
Is there a way that Rishi came from? Is that just like because like you're like from like just because like your family's from India or something like that, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's what I thought. Okay. So, unless you have something else to say here, I think we guys are ready to get into this trivia here, actually. Is there anything else also want to add before we get into this? Or are you guys ready to get into this trivia here?
No. Let's get to trivia.
All right. So, this is a special made trivia here because we got a couple of interesting things here. So first of all, it's a. Actually, Nick, let me just put it in on you here. Tell people about this trivia here really quickly.
Well, mainly Seahawks. Well, actually, it's all Seahawks, but I think there's like one or two of me. So yeah, and it's just kind of all around Seahawks. So it's not like a specific time. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
What I did have to say there on that there is that I am I'm okay at trivia, if I have to say that. No offense to any of you if you guys are getting the pressure on here, but I am, what I am going to say is, if I do, is there any double point questions?
I think the last 2 or 3.
No, here's what I'll say. Do you want me to count them as double point?
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. So, if you guys are ready right now, as you guys can see, we have the trivia contest right here, so let's get it on. Alright, your number is 542-7558. 542-7558. We'll take a couple minutes here to get some players in here. So, enter that code in, and then we're going to get started here. So, I seen a bunch of my panel members just dancing along here, and you guys can just see these guys. Oh man, this is gonna be a rough game. I'm just letting you guys know that now. So if you guys are wondering, fact and confirmed. Thanks for joining the game. If you guys are wondering how I made that Norb trivia, I got those 13, much more like 9 questions from that book I had. And then, which I make my other trivias with. And then the other 4 I used were just personalized questions. And the 7 of them were true and false, which we all know how that went. That was funny. Colin, did you make one also for him? I feel like you did.
Yeah, I did make one of the trivias.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So let me just see. I'm gonna give people a couple of. I gotta give you guys a couple of minutes here. I see there are a couple of the people here in this chat that have not joined yet. I'm gonna give them a couple of the minutes here. We got 8 viewers watching, and we have at least 4. Yeah, we have at least 4 of them that should be in here right now.
Martin's joining.
Okay. All right, cool.
Who are the other? Oh, well, also there's us.
There's us. Actually, no. There's Tyler. There's also.
Tyler, yeah.
Who else we got in there?
Joseph. Oh no, he had to go.
Tyler's in the, oh no, we have Ori. No, Ori's in the game. That's gonna be fun if somehow he comes out on top. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We got 9 people watching right now. That's like a record, man. We got 9 people watching. Let me see if I can get Noah in here. Let's see if he can. If he joins this and then he plays, I'm like.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Didn't you have 20 something the first time?
Wasn't there 20 something? No. I think the highest one I've ever gotten.
It's 5.
Wi-Fi here is crap. Who is?
Yeah.
Who is? All right, I'm removing you. No. Who put Lewis's mom? No way. Absolutely not. That has. I don't know who has that all over. Who is that? That has Martin written. No, that has Ori written all over it.
No, Ori's not hit him.
Then who is that then? Oh, was that?
It'd be funny if Rohan joined the stream.
Yes. Oh man, he doesn't even know that I exist. He just. All right, we're gonna get 2 more minutes here, and then we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna give you guys a couple other minutes to join. I heard that the Wi-Fi was kind of bad by Martin, so he may not have it. Norcam Jr. joins the game here. All right. We got 2-way people here. All right. And then we got a 4-way tie between the panel here. So let's get that going here. So, 1 more minute here. We're going to give people a couple other chances to join in. Then we're going to get started on this very special trivia. And I think that we got a pretty big... Oh, Martin was Lewis's mom. Oh, I'm sorry, Martin. You can rejoin. I'll give you a second to rejoin.
No, he did. He rejoined us at North Cam Junior.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna give him about 30 seconds here. Alright, cool. So, real quickly though, Colin, is it like late by where you are? Because I don't think you're in the Pacific Coast here, right? Or are you?
No, I'm in Denver, so it's only.
It's like 8:30 there. Alright. Yeah, it's like 9:30 over here. It's getting late over here. And then we got some games tomorrow. We gotta get up bright and early for some of you guys over there, especially Nick, Rishi, and those guys. Alright. We're gonna give it about. We got only 2 people in here right now, but I guess we'll just have to roll with it. So, without further ado, let's get started here. Special trivia contest, we're going to get started in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, here we go. Try for the special Nick trivia contest. Here we go. 2. Question number 1. How many total head coaches have the Seahawks had? 3, 9, 8, or 5? Total number of head coaches the Seahawks have had. I already know my answer. 3, 9, 8, or 5. And if you guys have seen other streams, it should be a piece of cake. Mixed review on the audience here. The correct answer is 8. Obviously, I pretty much think that most of you guys already know this one here, but we're just going to do it with just a check here. What is the... Actually, I just got to realize here that that's on... Alright, there we go. That first question, I just completely messed up the screens there. That was my bad. Let's go to the panel here. Obviously, I did say 8, obviously, because that's from a NORB question, obviously. So, there's my... There. Cameron, what'd you get?
Yeah, I said 8. It was in a norm trivia.
Colin.
Yeah, I said 8. I knew that as well.
Rishi.
Count me in as well. I said 8.
All right. And just so you guys, just for remember, we're all tied about 1 here, just to start off. But the 8 head coaches in order in this is Jack Patera, Mike McCormick, Chuck Knox, Tom Flores, Dennis Erickson, Mike Holmgren, Jim Mora, and Pete Carroll. So those are the Jim Mora and Pete Carroll. So those are the 8 head coaches in Seahawks history. I'll tie up at 1 after this. Let's head off to the scoreboard here. Let me just fix up this.
Martin lost connection.
All right.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, yeah. That's good.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Norcam Jr. up in first with Fact and Firm just behind him here. Let's head on to the next question here. Here we go. Question number 2. How many total starting quarterbacks have the Seahawks had? 10, 12, 8, or 5? Total starting quarterbacks the Seahawks have had. Wow. You guys knew this one right on the dot here, but if you guys said 10, you would be correct here. And I also realized he also put 30 seconds in as the time. We actually did end up figuring that out, so it wasn't really needed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 1 person in the game.
Yeah, so what's the point? Anyway, so let's go to the panel here. What'd you, Cameron, what'd you get?
I said 10 because, like, the last couple of years, like, Matt Hasselbeck went to a while as a starter, and now we have Russell Wilson, so it only leaves, like, 25 years to have starting quarterback,
And
so I went 15.
Colin, what'd you get?
I actually said 12.
Ooh, okay. Rishi.
I said 10.
Okay. And I ended up saying 12 also, which means that in the lead, we have Rishi and Cameron with 2, and me and Colin with 1 off the bat. Yay! Me and Colin have the worst record right now. Although, there is a comeback game here. Remember that, because there was double points at the end. There's still some time. All right. Anyway, let's go off to... Let me just readjust this screen here. All right. Let's go to the scoreboard. Fact confirmed with the first end. Dead connection. Northam Jr. moves up to second. We need more people on here. That's what we need to have, all right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. Who chose the Seahawks name in 1976? The NFL, community poll, John Northam, or a native tribe located near Seattle? Who chose the Seahawks name in 1976? Wow. Did not know this one. If you said a community poll, you were correct. Another NorCam trivia answer here. Let's see if you guys remembered it. I, of course, said community poll. And Rishi, what'd you get?
I said community poll. This was easy.
Colin?
Yeah, I said community poll.
Then we have Cameron.
Me.
All right. Three for Rishi and Cameron, 2 for me and Colin. Let's go to the scoreboard and see what's happening here. No changes. Fact confirmed in first, NorCam Jr. in second. Question number 4. Here we go. Worth double. What are the names of the colors used in the Hawks uniforms and logos? Bluey blue, greeny green, gray gray, wolf gray, college gray, navy and action green, blue, green, and gray, and ocean blue, emerald green, and dim gray. Names of the colors used in it. Yep. You guys knew this one right off there. Wolf gray, college navy, and action green. Of course, I absolutely knew this one just because.
Yeah, that was kind of a soft
You know why?
guess.
Because the way I knew it is because I knew action green was one of them. And the moment I saw action green, I knew that was the answer. So that's see that one there. Rishi,
That's your guys' softball toss.
I already had like 2 softball tosses. Just letting you know. Actually, really like 3. Like 3 of them
Yeah,
really.
All of them have them.
3 of them really, except for me and Colin.
It'll
Really.
get harder though.
Okay. Rishi.
College, Navy, action green.
All right.
What is-
That was the 4th question, right? Yeah. All right. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Colin.
Yeah, this came up when I was doing research for my trivia that I had on North's channel, so I knew this.
Cameron.
Yeah, I got it right.
All right. So that is Cameron and Rishi with 4, me and Colin with 3. Let's go to the next question. First, let's go to the scoreboard here. Oh, whoops. I guess I didn't see the scoreboard. Anyway, who was the Seahawks' last pick in the 2011 draft? Chris Dunham, Malcolm Smith, BJ Daniels, or Spencer Ware? The last pick in the Seahawks 2011 draft. Yep, you guys definitely got this one. Of course, I definitely knew this one right off the bat. It is Malcolm Smith, who...
Super Bowl MVP. 7th round pick to Super Bowl MVP.
Yep. So I ended up getting that one. Rishi, did you get it?
Yeah, I did. I said Malcolm Smith.
5 for 5. Colin. All right.
Who could forget? Of course I got it.
Cameron.
Yeah, Chris Durham was a 4th. And
Yeah.
then Spencer Ware and BJ Daniels weren't even in that draft. But I could have sworn, wasn't Lazarius Livingston the last pick in 2011?
No, he was the second to last pick.
Oh,
It was like 2.
Yeah.
He was like
Yeah,
a
I said no.
6.
All right.
Or really 7.
So Cameron, Rishi with 5, and me and Colin with 4. Let's go to question number 6 here. The first one to go to the scoreboard. Well, this is a no-brainer because unfortunately someone lost connection. Fact confirmed in first and NorCam Jr. in second. Should not even matter anymore, but who cares? Next question. Number 6. Who leads the Apple Cup series and with what record? Huskies 60-26, Cougars 46-40, Cougars 74-50, Huskies 74-32. Leads the Apple Cup series and with what record? Wow. Yep. It is probably the most landslide pick on there. It was the Huskies with 74 and a 32 record with that one. Let's go to the panel. Of course, I knew this one because I know the opposite.
Because I told you this on the call
Yeah, I had an advantage over all of you
this
here.
morning.
Yeah.
I totally forgot I have that. And then, yeah.
All right. Rishi.
I don't really much watch Washington football, but I know they've been a good team, not just recently, but all time, and I just guessed when they got it right. I said 2012.
All right. Cameron.
Yeah, we dominate them. That was easy.
All right. Colin.
Yeah, I knew the Huskies had the lead in the series, so it was between red and green. So I just guessed and got it right.
All right. So, 1.6 for Cameron and Rishi, and 5 for me and Colin. Let's go on to the next. Let's go to the scoreboard, actually, with no changes here. So, let's just go on to the next question. Here we go. Question number 7. How many total names has the Seahawks Stadium had, including its current name? 3, 5, 4, or 2? Total names the Seahawks Stadium had, including its current name. Yep, pretty easy softball toss for me here. If you said 3, you are correct, and I also know every single name of that one. Seahawks Stadium, Quest Field, CenturyLink. Those are the 3. And so that's 6 for me. Rishi.
I said 3. That's correct.
All right. Colin?
Yep, I got this one.
All right, and Cameron?
3.
All right. Cameron, Rishi with 7. Me and Colin with 6. Time to go into the next question here and see what's happening with this scoreboard here. Fact confirmed in first, Norcam Jr. in second. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Multi-select. What events have CenturyLink Field hosted? The Special Olympics, concerts, spelled wrong, monster truck shows, sports games.
Did I?
Yep. What events have CenturyLink Field hosted? Olympics, concerts, monster truck shows, or sport games. Yep. They've hosted every single one of them. I absolutely knew this one because I have a friend that ends up going there. So, let's go to the panel and see what is happening here. Rishi.
I said concerts and sports games.
All right, you got it right. Should I have said, does he need to get all of them right? What should I say? Because it was all 4.
If you get all of them right, you get double points.
Oh, you do get double points. He only got 2 there, though. He only said 2.
Then he gets a point.
All right, fine. Yeah, I get 2 points there, though. So that's 8 for me. All right. Colin, you need it.
I got 3 out of these 4, but I didn't know that they hosted the.
All right, so I'm going to give you... What do I give you? I'll give you a point. I'm going to keep it in the even kind of... Just to make it easier for me. All right. Cameron.
Yeah, I didn't know they held Special Olympics, so I got the 3 of them.
All right. So, the current score is... It's a bit of a change here. Me and Cameron with 8, and Colin and Rishi with 7. So, let's go to the scoreboard. Heading into the home stretch here. Let's see. Man, that confirmed on fire with like no one in the game. Let's go on to the next question. Question number 9. Multi-select again. How much did the Seahawks Stadium cost? $2 billion, $490 million, $5 billion, or $430 million? How much did the Seahawks Stadium cost? $2 billion, $590 million, $5 billion, $430 million. Ooh, looks like someone got their connection back. All right. So, no one got it correct. It was $430 million. You would be correct. So, let's go to our panel here. I obviously did not know this one. I thought it was $2 billion. But let's go to our panel here. Cameron, for the chance for the lead.
Yeah. I said $5 billion.
Ooh.
I didn't actually hear the answer. What was it?
$430 million.
Oh, so I got it right.
No. You said $5 billion. It's $430 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was way off.
Yep. Colin, for a chance to tie it.
Allegiant Stadium's like $5 million.
Yeah, stadiums were not costing the billions back then, so I guessed square and got it right.
All right. With 8 and a chance for 4-way tie, Rishi.
I used the same logic. I thought anything in the billions would be way too expensive, so I said 430 mil.
All right, we're all tied up at 8 now. Heading into the double question things here. All right, let's go on to the next question. No change here. Fact confirmed in first, New York and Junior in second. With this connection back now. All right. Let's go on to question number 10. Worth double points. Here we go. How many times have the Seahawks changed their logo? 2, 3, 1, or 4? How many times have the Seahawks changed the logo? 2, 3, 1, or 4? Yep. A lot. This would be a tough one. I knew that. 4 times is the correct answer here. I obviously did get this one. I've pretty much did a whole bunch of research on this recently. So, Colin.
Yep, I did get this one.
Whoop, that was Rishi's. Rishi, did you get it? I'm pretty sure. I think you probably did. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I actually did get this. I thought this would be a bit of a trick question. And
All right. And Cameron?
Yep.
All right. All right. All of us tied up at 9, heading into the last 2 questions. Let's go to the scoreboard and see what's happening here. No change again. Fact and confirmed, a.k.a. Ori in first, Narco Jr. and Martin in second. Last 2 questions. Here we go. True or false? Worth double here. The Seahawks have played the Niners 45 times. True or false? The Seahawks have played the Niners 45 times. True or false? Yep. Another tough one there. If you said false, you are correct. Let's go to the panel. Cameron.
Yeah, that was way too specific. So
Way too specific. Way too specific. So, yep, I got that one right too.
It was
That's
actually 43 times.
still too specific. Still
Yeah.
too specific.
I know.
Colin.
I'm going to do softballs because overtime.
You know, I thought it was too specific, but that's why I said true.
Woo! Rishi.
I said false. I did some research and
All right, so,
43
let's go to the last question with me, Cameron, and Rishi with 10, and Colin with 9 here, heading into the final one. All right, scoreboard. No change again. Fact confirmed in first, Jokic Jr. second. Last question, number 12. Question number 12, double points. Nick LaBow, uploaded my first video on what date? July 7th, 2020, April 6th, 2020, June 17th, 2020, or August 5th, 2020? I already have my answer. I have my answer here. Wow. You know what? I think I was tricked up. Wow. July 7th, 2020 is the correct answer, but I got tricked up there. I thought it was August. I'm sorry, man. I knew you did a lot of uploading in August, but
Yeah.
I didn't know. I lost there. So Rishi, what'd you get?
I actually said July 7th. I just guessed. And
Ooh, okay, takes the lead.
I'm wild
Oh, that's double points also. Just
That's
a-
it.
Yeah.
Colin.
Yeah, I just guessed and I said June.
Oh, you said June.
Yeah,
You're
I
wrong.
really didn't know.
Too early.
9 and Cameron.
I was on his channel like 20 minutes before the stream started. So yeah, I knew this. And it's the day before my birthday. So
All right. So that means that I get so I finished third with 10. Colin finished with 9, and Rishi and Cameron are tied with 12. So that means we're gonna go to a tiebreaker here. I already got my question picked up.
Tiebreaker.
I already picked it out, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to.
No, I picked it out. So
Okay, we'll see.
let's
If it
see
goes
here.
into double, then we'll go to mine.
Yeah, if it goes to double, we'll go to yours. Let's go to. I feel like it's maybe too easy. Something's telling me this is gonna be too easy. Let me just verify this very quickly. Let me see. Hold on. time. All right, you ready? All right. Who is the career NFL leader in completed passes? And also, I will give you bonus points if you tell me exactly how many there are. You don't need it though. It's not needed though. Not needed though. Or do I want it to be? Actually, yeah, it is needed. Give me your best guess on it. Give me your best guess on it. Whoever's closest to it gets it right. Whoever gets the right player or the right player and closest to the number gets it. All right. You guys got your guesses? All right.
Yes.
Cam, what do you say?
I'm gonna say, yeah, I got my answer.
What? What do you got?
I'm gonna say Tom Brady because he's played for like 20 years,
Okay.
and I don't know, 70,000 passes. I don't know.
Passes completed.
Oh, completed. So
Not even close. Give me another guess. I'll give you another guess. Because, yeah, I didn't clarify that to you. Man, 70,000 passes completed, man. That's like shattering like all record books, man.
37,000.
Passes completed.
Actually, 50. I'm just gonna go with 50. 50,000.
50,000. Okay.
Sorry about that.
You're incorrect all around, by the way. Just letting you know.
Sorry about that. I was just thinking.
Rishi, what's your guess?
I know it's Drew Brees.
Well, how many guesses? I want to see if you can get this one.
Like 6,800 and something like that.
I don't want it to be like around. Can you give me like an exact number that you have? Just like an exact number guess, so I can just see how close you are.
6,779.
Did you say 8,700? Did you say 6,879?
Yeah, he's literally off by 6. Wow.
Oh my
Breeze has 6.
No, let me say the answer, for God's sake. Like, God, man. All right, so Rishi does get the win here. He is correct. The correct answer is Drew Brees with 6,885 total completions. Tom Brady was second with 6,400 completed passes.
What I did was,
You said like 50,000 completed passes.
I was thinking like 250,000 a year for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh man! And just to give you guys a quick little perspective here on, actually, here's the question. I'm gonna do like a quick. I'm gonna do a quick little tiebreaker. Actually, because I think me and Colin are actually tied.
Oh,
So-
can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Hopefully, people are actually still watching. Yeah, I see some people still watching. So, these people are still watching.
Alright.
Also, how do you know that answer, Rishi, for Madden? Don't tell me it's for Madden.
I knew it was 6,800 something, but I didn't know what like the last 2 digits were, so I just.
Did you know who the player was though for Madden?
Yeah, I knew who the player was. I knew because I remember.
Yeah, he broke it like last year, I think, right?
Yeah, last year. I think it was like on a touchdown pass. So
Yeah, it was during the Colts game. They called him a PI, and then they said, "Refs, you suck throughout the Superdome." It was funny.
That was the passing touchdowns one. Like, I think 2018 was the passing touchdowns one. 2019 was
Also, just if you guys are wondering what shirt I'm wearing, this is my compression shirt. If you guys are looking at this, it's an Under Armour compression shirt. It's not even up.
Alright. Here's the tiebreaker between Colin and Lewis.
First,
In the year 2020, which is this current season, who currently leads the NFL in passing yards?
oh, I'm so done. Why do you give me such hard questions? I gave like Rishi a softball toss because he plays Madden.
Well,
Meanwhile, I knew going into it that he was gonna have an advantage because he plays Madden all the time.
Watch Madden. I don't actually play.
Oh my god, so mad. What'd you say, Matt? Wait, what'd you say, Nick?
I said in the year 2020, the season, which is this season, who leads the NFL in passing yards?
So far,
Oh, like
Yeah.
just in 2020.
Yeah.
just in 2020.
Yes.
Oh, I know this.
Oh yeah, okay, now I know this too.
All right, Colin.
Matt Ryan.
Lewis, what's yours?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, I didn't think about week 2.
Ding, ding, ding. Lewis is right. The only reason Joe Burrow leads is because he's played 2 games and Matt Ryan's only played 1. So that was kind of the trick.
Wait, he's only played 1 game?
Yeah, because Joe Burrow played Thursday Night Football.
Oh right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So Colin with the misstep.
Yeah,
So
Colin
the
got
final
it.
score is and the final score is Cameron first. No, Rishi first. Cameron second. Me finish in third, and Colin finally in fourth. But let's go to the YouTube scoreboard and see how things shape out here.
It's Ori.
It's third place. No one is playing. All right. And second place, North Cam Jr., which means with 8,195 out of 12, Fat Kid confirmed. Very nicely done there. Fat Kid confirmed. Take a screenshot of that victory right there, and then send me an email at my email, lmlforsports@gmail.com, and we will get you on a future show. So, that's about it. So, before I let these guys go, I just want to say quick congratulations to, of course, everyone in the panel, obviously, who played very hard, valiant, fought effort, and then, of course, with Nick making the trivia, and then, of course, Ori with the winner. So, that's it here. So before I let you guys go here, because we've been on the air for like almost an hour about, so that's a pretty good thing. Nice and slow, short kind of thing. But where can they find you? Let's start off with Colin, our special guest.
Yeah, you guys can find me on YouTube at Golden Seahawk. My most recent video is why Russell Wilson will win MVP this year. So make sure to go check that out, as well as check out my channel for more good sports content. But make sure to check out these 4 as well.
Okay, Rishi.
You can find my YouTube channel. It's the exact same. It's my name. That's my YouTube channel. And I'm gonna try and post more objects. I haven't posted in a while, so I'll try and post whatever I can. And yeah, try and check it out.
And let's go with Nick.
So my YouTube is Seattle Sports Talk, where I talk Seattle sports. I have a new video coming out on Monday, which is going to be the post-game reaction to the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots game. So I'd really appreciate it if you went down below into the description, hit that link, subscribe, ring the notification bell. But before you do that, check out all 4 of these guys' channel.
All right, and last but not least, Cameron.
You can find me on YouTube at Cameron Hughes. I post like 2 to 4 times a week, so post a lot.
All right. So really quickly, before we head off here, I just wanted to thank all you guys here for joining me, everyone who watched, everyone who played in the game, which was kind of really fun to watch. For those of y'all who are in the chat, blowing up the chat, thank you so much for joining me. To my panel members, Colin, special guest, Cameron, Nick, and Rishi, thank you so much for joining me this week. If you guys really, I really appreciate if you guys hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't done so already. I'm about halfway to 50 subs right now. Everyone else in there who played in the game, I really appreciate you guys as well. And to those of you who are just watching the show, and we've been on the live air right now for about 1 hour now, actually. So one of the shorter roundtables we've actually had. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I got some sports to watch. So until next time, have a great rest of your evening. Have a great day tomorrow, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya.